Maharaj. Jai. Mr. Vasila Bhakti Puri Maharaj ki.
Puri Bo Jai. Bhakti Nishkam Shanta Maharaja ki Jai.
Jai Guru.
Rasaraja Prabhu ki Jai. Uma
Jai
Devi ki
Maharaj.
Jai.
Dhanyavad.
Kanapriya Devi ki Jai.
Jai.
Krishna Kesava, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh. Happy birthday.
I have seen his very young photo with some friends.
Amiya Sindhu Prabhu, happy birthday.
Is there?
No, he's not here today. In case he watches.
How old are you?
Is his birthday also?
How old are you, Prabhu?
Yes.
He's asking, how old are you?
Yo tengo 17.
That's
17.
No.
27.
27.
27. 27.
27,
Okay.
sí.
17 looks good. 27, that's good.
So how's the warrior doing?
Pushim, Devi.
No. Our Navadup warrior.
Oh.
They don't know who I mean? He knows who I mean.
I was going to ask how Shanta Maharaja's Sangha was today.
It was good. Actually, some devotees from Brazil, they all joined. And Uma Didi joined briefly. And Brajagopal Prabhu and some other devotees joined.
I was thinking, what is the true nature of a follower of Mahaprabhu? What is the nature of a true follower of Mahaprabhu? Rasaraj, do you know?
The true nature of a follower.
Of Mahaprabhu.
Well,
True follower.
You have to follow the instruction. Trinana pisu nichena tororipa savnisnuna.
Ah,
So you have
yes.
to be tolerant, be humble, and give respect to others.
Well, that's nice.
Is the basic.
But that's not what Mahaprabhu said.
Well, but actually, Srila Govinda Maharaj, every time they have a reunion, I was checking all these videos when his first trip in the World War, and every time they have some devotees, they say that it's very important, and he always repeats the same. He said, have to be tolerant, respectful, and give honor to others. That's what he always repeats. And I believe that also, that is part of what he got from Srila Guru Maharaj and from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He always repeat the same words.
But what did Mahaprabhu say?
Well, he have many things he said, no? But
no, I mean
basically it's around the Shikshastaka, the verse.
Trinada peace and Nietzsche. What does it mean?
Yeah, Trinana pisu nichena.
What does it mean?
So you have to be more humble than a blade of grass.
Oh,
and very tolerant.
No.
And don't expect any respect from others, and
But he,
then you can chant the holy name.
but he said,
Um,
more tolerant than a blade of grass,
yes,
and more tolerant. No, he didn't say that.
yes,
More tolerant than a tree.
yes,
More humble than a blade of grass. More humble, more tolerant than a tree.
tolerant like a tree. Yes.
He didn't say to be humble as a blade of grass. He didn't say to be humble. He said to be humble as more humble than a blade of grass. Oh, isn't that the way we translate it?
Yes.
And Tarora PCs, that means more tolerant than a tree. Huh? It adds some clarification. Humble is one thing, tolerant is another thing. But to be tolerant as grass, or tolerant as a tree, or humble as grass, that's another thing. But to be more humble than the grass and more tolerant than the tree, and ready to offer your respect and love and honor to others. The specific instruction the Mahaprabhu is giving. There are people I know who are very humble and very tolerant, but I don't know anyone who is more humble than the grass and more tolerant than the tree. Do you know?
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Maybe some of our acharyas were like that.
Maharaj Bhaktivinoda Thakur told, when I heard this sloka, Tinadapi Sunichena, then I
Yes,
given up all hope that ever I can be a Vaishnava.
yes, yes. That is humble. There is a follower, true follower of Mahaprabhu can be found there. So we have to examine, am I a true follower of Mahaprabhu? Not easy. And I always meditate on that, what that means. More humble than a blade of grass. I told you that before. I see somebody's nose in the picture. There he is. So nosy. Beautiful dog. I wonder what the consciousness of a dog is, huh? Like that.
He's listening, Maharaj.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Very nice. So faithful and loving. How do we become like that? More humble. What is the position? What is that consciousness? It is more humble than grass. I remember Srila used to tell, grass is a little bit proud because he's standing up against the pressure down. He'll come up again. So we don't want to be like the grass. That's too proud. They step on the grass. The dogs disregard the grass entirely and even poop on it, right? And it doesn't protest. And you walk on it and disregard it, actually, like it is not even there. Still, grass will grow. So is Mahaprabhu exaggerating about these things? Was he trying to be sarcastic? What does he say? What is that consciousness? What is that consciousness? Thy will be done. In the Christian world, they say, Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. How is that? A Vaishnava follower of Mahaprabhu seeing? How is he understanding to have that kind of consciousness? This is more important to understand than becoming the biggest recognized saint or whatever sadhu in the world. This is the point. More invaluable. Because there we're coming in contact with Mahaprabhu, with Krishna. Nothing else in this world is as important as that. Nothing. We trust that Krishna will arrange everything. I only have to serve him, to please him. Here we will find a substantial thing. Most substantial. All else is really a waste of your time. It's like Sri Ramanuja used to tell about Srila Prabhupada. That he became so negative that Mahaprabhu had to come and preach through him. Something like that. Do you know?
You told us so empty.
So empty?
You told Maharaj. I heard from
Empty or negative?
Yes, negative.
Even negative. That Mahaprabhu had to come, and Nityananda Prabhu had to come, and throughout the world, he was able to spread Krishna consciousness, or even Krishnadas Babaji. He said, I have no hope of doing this. I'm old, I can't even see properly. I can't even write properly. How I can do this?
Krishnadas Kaviraj.
What did I say?
Babaji.
Oh, Krishnadas Kaviraj. Thank you, Prabhu. Right, when he was writing, I am lower than the worm and stool. Now, some people say I'm as low as the worm and stool. That's also not right. Huh? I am just a worm and stool. No, that's not what he said. I am lower than the worm and stool. Well, what is that? What is their consciousness? What are they seeing? They see the worm, and yet their consciousness is that I am not even at that level. They see the grass. I am not even at that level. That level of consciousness of the grass, I am beneath that. I am below that. Grass has some consciousness that is there, that is alive. To have lower than that, what is that? What do you think, Shanta Maharaj?
Maharaj, lower than the grass means, something like inanimate almost.
Yes. The object. Huh? I am the object, Krishna is the subject, the super subject. That's correct. Sridhara is always told we are like the object, and Krishna is the subject. When we approach that side, on this side, we are the subject, and everything else is our object. On that side, we are the object, everything else is the subject. Superior to us. Hare Krishna. So, to practice Mahaprabhu's teachings, we have to somehow or other move in that direction. Move in that direction. Very difficult because we like to be the predominator. Although we are the predominated, we like to be the predominator. I don't trust Krishna to take care of us. Uh, take care of everything. We serve, that is how much as we can do, and then Krishna will manage. They're serving Krishna, the predominator. And yeah, my thoughts. A penny for my thoughts. A penny's worth of thoughts. Even that.
More than that.
More than that.
More than pennies.
A nickel. You give me a wooden nickel for that.
The penny of Vrindavan.
So, who is missing? Anyone missing?
Teres.
Who? Janet?
Teres.
Who?
Teresa.
Sana. Sana, yeah. Did she say she was coming?
Teresa, Maharaj. Teresa.
Oh, Teresa, yes. They had a family function. Krishna Kesha was not part of the family. His birthday today, they had another function.
Oh.
They already contacted you by email, huh? Did you show them
Amya Sindhu also, his birthday is there today.
today? Did you show them the Father's Day card?
Yeah.
You didn't show them?
I didn't share. Nobody.
Never showed to anybody?
Can I share it?
Yes. We made a Father's Day card.
Who, Ingoji?
Or tomorrow is the Father's Day, no? Yes.
Yes.
Also near Jolly Codicy.
Tomorrow? Yes.
Ours is Monday, I think, Maharaj. For us
Huh?
in England. UK
London
is
is-
Monday,
Monday?
I think, for us.
Okay. Can I see it?
Ours is on Monday, Maharaj here.
Also
Not
there?
tomorrow. Yes.
Very
They
nice.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Oh. That's agree. Life come from
Very
life.
dark.
You can see that.
You can see it all. What does it say? Shantamaj,
Maharaj,
what does it say?
all dads agree. Life come from life. Happy Father's Day.
Good.
Actually, Krishna also says, Maharaj, I am the seed-giving father of all the souls.
Nice. Janmadasya yata. I am the source of everything. All life comes, all creation comes from me. So that kangaroo is our mascot. Okay, what?
I wanted to make a comment about Australia.
Okay.
In Australia, they have all the marsupial animals that basically kick Darwin in the face because of the way they're so weird and like they kind of defy what normal laws of nature are. And there's a city in Australia called Darwin, Australia. So, you know, sometime in the future, we're going to make a nice documentary to kick Darwin in the face in Darwin, Australia, with all the marsupials and peacocks and all that. That's my humble statement.
Yeah, the kangaroos are animals that stand up like humans, not almost, not quite. And they have a long tail that helps them balance. And very big feet.
And the platypus.
Platypus, that's not so amazing. That's amazing, but
It's a mammal that lays eggs and has a poison quill on its back leg.
yeah, but I'm saying, as far as standing up like humans, kangaroo can do that. He always stands up like a human. The other animals are crawling around on all fours, but a kangaroo, he has the unique condition of being able to stand up like human. Almost.
They do boxing, Maharaj, among each other.
And boxing, yes, they box with their they box with their feet. Only problem with them is they can't stand up like human because human can manage to balance while standing up, balance the body perfectly. Kangaroo can't do that. They don't have that kind of control. Of course, even I guess the gorilla, or others, they stand up too, and they don't have that tail. So they're a little bit more advanced than the kangaroo in that sense. But it's a very hard thing to do, to stand up independently like that, which humans have managed to perfect, are able to perfect. That requires a lot of consciousness.
Chickens too.
Chickens,
Yeah.
chickens.
to feed.
It's true. It's true. Yes. And I guess the penguins, they can do that, huh? Are they? That's what they call penguins. Yeah, with the suit, you know.
Tuxedo.
They are disappearing. No, penguins are now less in number.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe
If there is less ice, probably start to disappear.
less
Like
ice.
the polar bears and all that, they start to
Yeah.
In New Zealand,
disappear
many
eventually.
animals disappear because they brought some other animals which are not previously staying there. Some like this wild cats and things like that.
I see.
So they eat all these birds, their eggs like that. They which they were laying on the ground and in different places. Madhavananda was saying
Yeah.
that.
Who said that?
Madhavananda. He went there.
Madhavananda said that. I see. He went there. I see. He said there were no animals.
They were not, the previous animals were not there. The animals been migrated there by, these tourists or, people who visited and brought those animals there.
What is that?
Automated message.
Okay. So Rasaraj Prabhu,
Yes, Maharaj.
Would you like to lead us all?
Yes, Maharaj.
Kirtan.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya
Sri
Shri Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu
Prabhu
Nityananda
Nityananda
Sri
Shri Advaita Gadadhar
Gadadara
Srivasadi
Srivasadi
Gaur Bhakta
Gaur
Vrinda.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda Shri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita Gadadhar
Shivasadi
Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu
Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda
Yadvaita
Yadvaita Gadadhar
Gadadha Shivasadi
Srivasadi Gaur
Gaur
Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda.
Vrinda
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama Rama,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Haribol.
Nitai
Nitai
Gaur Hari
Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol,
Hari
Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Haribol.
Nitai
Nitai Gaur,
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev.
Jaya
Jai
Gurudev,
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 Gurudev, Gurudev.
Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya
Jai
Gurudev,
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 Gurudev, Gurudev,
Gurudev.
Jai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Hari.
Hari 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 Bol. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev Ki Jai.
Ah,
Jai.
Jai Ramsika Ho, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasudeva Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai.
Jai Vrindavan Dham, Mayapur Dham, Navadvip Dham, Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai.
Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai Yamunamayi Gangamayi Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai.
Jai Tulsi Devi Vrinda Devi Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai.
And Jai Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai.
Jai Haridas Thakur Ki Jai.
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 And Jai, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the worldwide devotees. Jai.
Joy.
Jai.
Sri
Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna.
Saraswati Institute ki jai.
Joy.
Bhaktivedanta Institute ki jai.
Joy.
Jai.
Jai. Scientific Sankatan ki jai.
Jai.
Joy.
Jai. Go Premanandi Hari Hari Bol.
Hari
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 Hari Hari
Bol.
Bol.
जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परित्राज गजोदगुरु शिला
Jai.
भक्ति माधव पुरी महाराज की जय।
Nishkam
Jai.
Sant Maharaj ki jai.
Yeah.
And
Jai.
Rasaraj Prabhu ki jai.
जय
And Priya Didi ki jai.
जय
And Devi ki jai.
Jai.
Krishna
जय
Keshav ki jai.
जय।
Jai.
About the max.
Back to Mac.
Rocky, 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 Rocky.
Rocky.
Oh, back to Rocky. Very nice. I heard that they put something on the Mutt web page about scientific preaching. So Krishna Kesava told me, and they said, I'm quoting Acharya Maharaj.
Where Maharaj?
I don't know. There's something it said. What was it? That scientific preaching, because they don't have kirtan, then
Oh
is
yeah.
Maya. I'm thinking, did Krishna have kirtan when he spoke the Bhagavad Gita?
Even fighting war.
Was there a kirtan? Then he was preaching Mayavad.
Even
Or
with discussion
Ramananda
with
Samvad.
yes,
When
Maharaj.
Ramananda Samvad was there a kirtan? I don't think that's the criterion for Mayavad. Anyhow, it's like very interesting. And about scientific preaching, it's like they may say that's how is that Mahaprabhu never had that type of preaching. Well, he never had Spanish.
Like Cambridge.
He never had Spanish speaking, and or Portuguese speaking, or he never had Russian speaking. All these
I'm sorry, Maharaj. Who is saying that?
Acharya Maharaj something
Who
he
say
would
that?
say.
It's a quote from
I never hear
2010.
that.
It's the article is on the website. It's called "Purity of Preaching." It's a quote from Srila Acharya in 2010, and then there's many recent quotes from 2017 and 19 where he's learned more about the scientific Sankirtan and he's actually glorified it. So it's very old, in 2010.
Well, they want to make some argument. Anyhow, if we say
I don't know where they came from.
these things, yes, these things were not done in Mahaprabhu's times, this because scientific Sankirtan means a language, is the language of the scientists that we use to preach Krishna consciousness. It may not sound like the English language or the Bengali language for the ordinary discussions, but Sankirtan, scientific preaching, is only speaking that in the language that the scientists will understand and appreciate. Though it's a language, more or less. Everything is a language. And it also has technological benefits, but everything we speak has some benefit or ill effect. So we
But
should,
Maharaj,
yes.
also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached to scholars at that time.
Yes.
And those scholars were the more intellectual people. So actually, it's equivalent to a scientist. The people
Yes.
were around the country, around India, trying to defeat others with their questioning. And they were like very, very high education. So it's a kind of like for me, it's something like the scientists do
Yes, of
in
course.
that way. I think so because
That's
they
good.
were very cultured in the Vedas and all the scriptures, so they're intellectuals.
Uh, and
They were intellectuals.
they were saying also that we should only, Chai Maharaj is saying it, apparently, that we should only preach to the simple people. But Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Saraswati Thakur,
Yeah.
he had a very high education in astronomy and so many things. He was very scientific, and people, when he were talking, they could hardly understand what he was saying. He was telling things at such a high level. And he liked
Yes.
that to do that. He wanted all the scholars and things to understand what was Krishna God, not just the common people. So all these things are there in our Guru Varga, and we should not have that kind of misunderstanding. Because many, maybe very simple devotees, they're not anything less, but they should not also disregard what other levels of preaching are appropriate in the Chaitanya Saraswat
Yeah.
mission. Anyhow, these things are very silly, and I don't know. They
Yeah, the presentation of Rup and Sanatan is very highly,
of course,
scholarly
yes,
actually.
yes.
Yeah.
We can't even study that book, the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It's so intricate about rasa, very highly developed subject, and found only in the Vaishnava tradition. Uh, to study that very deeply is a super complex, uh, very high and finer thought. And we don't preach that to everyone.
Should I read the paragraph?
No. There's still some silly things they're doing. God bless them.
Sometimes the devotees
Maharaj,
take a quotation and then maybe for something specific, and they put it like it's like the vision of the guru is that, and
Uh,
sometimes they play with those
uh,
quotation and for their purpose, but that's not right.
limited
That's
conception.
not right. Yes.
All right. So just putting that out there.
Maharaj, actually in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the sloka for Mahaprabhu, it says that only those who have highest theistic intelligence, they can properly worship Mahaprabhu. Sumedasa. Krishna Varnam Trisa Krishnu Sangopangasta Parsadam Yajఞ Sankirtani Nair Yajఞ Yajantihi Sumedasa.
Yes.
Yajantihi Sumedasa means highest theistic intelligence. So why this high intelligence thing is being told for worshipping Mahaprabhu? If everything is without intelligence, everything is happening.
Anyhow, you must understand properly, that's all. Uh, and Vandana, page 38. And offense doesn't mean you say something bad about a person. Only to imply, even imply with your words to imply some criticism to others. That is offensive. To imply some criticism toward the devotees. You cannot merely think that by saying some bad thing about devotees is an offense. Even to imply, not good. We don't, the devotional community cannot be built up upon lies or offenses. To build a community based on those things is not a community, not a spiritual community. Whatever else they may be doing. Krishna won't accept service, even deity worship or prasad distribution, whatever one may be doing. If someone is criticizing, offending the Vaishnavas, then it's all meaningless. Krishna won't accept their service. Won't. So that is hypocrisy. That is a futile attempt to do service at that point. We want to have a pure foundation. Uh, Merely to say we should not offend others, that our policy is not to offend others, and only to have that as the basis of their of whatever they're saying, then it's not good. Won't help us. We have to examine the foundations of our spiritual life and see what it's based upon. What are those moral and ethical and spiritual principles? That would be nice. And otherwise, we're more or less just wasting time. And we think we're doing good, and not. And at the bottom of that is this aparad. Then chanting and all these other things won't work. Purity is the basis, as Prabhupada used to say. I don't know. We don't mean to be offending others either, but we want to make sure that we understand what we're doing. That's all. Make sure we all understand that we're all on the same basic idea, understanding of things. All right. Vandanam. Vande Sri Guru Yuta Padakamalam Sri
Sri
Guru
Guru Vaishnava Sri Rupam Sagrajatam
Sagana Raghunatha
Raghunathavitam Tam
Saji
Saji
Sadvaitam
Sadvaitam Sadhutam
Sadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakadvaitam Shah Om Magana Timirandasya Yananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilita Asmai Shri Gurave Puja Shri Guru Varga Vandita Mahabhava Sada Orya Parya Parampara Achalita Pragya Pamrita Kate Bhakti Nirmala Vipritam Samrakshakam Sadaram Vande Shri Gurudevam Ananta Shira Acharya Gorvabhista Sapurakam Ganaya Chintya Chintya Samasta Vedanta Nirupa Padanam Govinda Pidam Jalam Bharatanum Bandham Vande Vishnu Guru Reno Hidija Pradam Devam Divyatanam
Divyatanam
Sudakshavadanam Alarka
Chandavadanam
Chilanchitam Chandrananda
Alakadilanchitam
Puram Sadeva
Puram
Vairagya Vidya
Sadevaranam
Buddhi
Paridya Vidya Buddhim
Shri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti
Siddhantanidhim
Lasitam
Subhakti
Saraswatanam
Lasitam
Param
Saraswatanam
Advaitam
Param
Subhadam
Advaitam
Adhika
Subhadam
Sharanam
Adhika Saranam
Yashishwaram Sridhara
Sridhara
Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Devi Gita Gauriya
Siddhanta
Vanyo
Saraswati Devi Gita
Ato
Gauriya
Manavira Bhakta
Ato
Gadade
Manavya
Ora
Bhavate
Sankirtanai
Gaura
Mayavada Timingilo Radhathan
Ajavati
Uditya
Mudritya
Krishna
Jivanimam
Prema
Krishna
Sudadhiganas
Prema Sudadhigana
Paramahං
Paramahං Bhaje
Namo
Namo
Gurukeshwaraya
Guru
Bhaktavaduta
Kesaraya
Murtaye
Bhaktavaduta Murtaye
Orangri Padmaya Radha Bhava
Namo
Sevane
Bhavani Sevine
Vande Bhakti Vinodam
Vande
Shri
Bhakti
Gaura
Vinodam
Shakti Sarupakam
Gaura Shakti
Bhakti
Sarupakam
Shastraya
Bhakti
Samradham
Sastraya
Radharasa
Samradam Radharasa
Sudhanidhim
Sudhanidhim
Gauravaja Sukaseta Vaishnavaya
Vaishnavaya
Jaganatha
Vigraham
Prabhu Bande Prematim Vedavaya
Vaishnavam
Hansakalpa Tarubhyasa
Kalpataruvyasa
Kripasidhu Bheva
Vasidubheva
Patitanam Pavane Vaishnavebhyo Namo
Vaishnaveभ्यो नमः
Panchatattvatmakam Krishna
Makam
Bhattarupa
Krishnam
Swarupakam
Bhattarupa
Bhaktavataram
Sarupakam
Bhaktavyam
Bhaktavataram
Name
Bhaktavyam
Bhakti
Bhakta Shaktikam
Namo Mahavaraya
Namo
Krishna Prema
Mahavadayaya
Pradayate
Krishna
Krishna
Prema
Krishna
Pradayate
Name
Krishna
Bhakti
Chaitanya Gaura Tuse
Jayatam
Namaha
Surato Pandor
Jayata Surato
Mama
Pango
Mate
Matir Gati
Matsarvasya Bhutto Radha Namo
Radhamadana Mohanau
Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpatarvada
Kalpatarvada
Manratnakara Singha
Nandagara
Sri Gandharva Shri
Simhasanastau
Govinda Devo
Gandharva Sila Govinda
Salevi
Devo
Sevyamano
Devi Sevyamo Smarami
Sriman Rasa Rasabraham
Rasarasarambini
Sivata Tata Stita
Sivata
Varshan Venus
Tatasthita
Manayargo
Varsambenu
Gopinata
Punayagopi Gopinata Srijastunaha
Avardhai Tulsi Devai
Tulasi
Jai Kesava
Devyai
Sacha
Jayake
Krishna Bhakti
Savasita
Pradidevi
Krishnabhakti
Natyavachai
Pradevini Satyavatyai Namo Namaha
Bhottanatva Mantra Guru
Pratamanantra
Gurun
Guru
Bhagavatarthadan
Bhagavatartadam
Yasakshagat Gurun Chodaya Mudire
Jayamudiraye
Jai Saparika Shri Shri Guru
Saparika Sisi
Bhagavatar
Guru
Sridhara Vandanam
Sundara Jajastu
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya
Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Gadadhara
Gadadhara
Srivasadi Gaur
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Hare Rama
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 Hare
Rama Hare
Jai
Hare
Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev Ki Jai Ko Premanandi Hari
Jai
Hari Hari
Hari Hari Hari Bo.
Jai. Who would like to sing? Yes, Samati Dandana.
Hare Krishna Dandava Maharaj.
Okay, page 16.
Dandava Maharaj. यशोमती नंदन रजवर नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
यशोमती
Sumati
Brajavara
Nandana
Nagara
गोकुल
Gokulara
रंजन
Kana
Gokularandana
यशोमती नंदन रजवर नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
यशोमती नंदन
Yasomati
व्रजवर नागर
Nandana
गोकुल रंजन कानन
Gokularandana
गोपी पर्णदना मदन मनोहर कालियदमन विधान
गोपी पराधन मदन
Madan
मनोहर
Manara
Manohara
कल्याण
Kalyanam
विधान
Kaliyadamana
आमल हरिनाम अमिय विलासा
अमल
Amala
हरि नाम
Harinam
अमिय
Amiya
विलासा
Vilasa
आमल हरिनाम हमिय विलासा
Amal
अमल
Amala
हरि नाम
Amiya
Harinam
Vilasa
Vilasa
विपिन पुरंदर नवीन नगरवर वंशीवदन सुवासा
बिना पुरंदर नगर वर
Vinanagaravara
वंशीवदन सुखासा
Vamsivadana
रज जन पालना हसुर कुल नासना नंद गोदन रकुयाला
Prajajanapala
Rajajanapalana
Sukakulana
Sukulasasana
Nandagodana
Nandagodhana
गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कर सुंदर नंद गोपाल गोविंद
Govinda
Govinda
Navnita Taskara
Taskara
Sundarananda
Sundarananda
Gopala
Gopala
यमुना तट चरा गोपी वसनहर रस रसिक कृपमाया
Yamuna Tattachara Gopi Vasanahara Rasarasika Kripamaya
श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदवन नटवर भक्ति विनोद हास्राय
Sri Radha Vrindavanatara Bhakti Vinodaya
यशोमती नंदन रजवर नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
Sumati
Yasodhana
Nandana
Rajavara Nagara Gokularandana
गोपी परनदन मदन मनोहर कालिया दमन विधान
Gopi Paranadana Madana Manohara
Manohara
Kaliyadamana
Kaliyadamana
Vidhana
Vidhana
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
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 Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Rama
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 Hare
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 Hare.
Hare,
Hare
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Rama
Rama
Hare
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 Hare,
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
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 Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare. Nitai
Srila
Gaur
Bhaktivinoda
Haribo.
Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
Hmm.
Jai.
You should lead Sankirtan more often. Priya Didi,
Dhanavad Maharaj.
which is your favorite?
And page 29, Maharaj. Is it okay?
29.
Yes.
29. What is this?
Gurudev Krupa Bindu.
Oh, nice.
It's okay.
Yes.
Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Kuroita Seita Panekshara Titina
Gurudev Kripa Bindu
Gurudev
Diya,
Kripa
Karai
Bindu
Dase,
Diya,
Dina
Koi Dase,
Bekha,
Dina
Dina.
Prasad,
Sakala Sahani Bholodiya Koro Nijamani Swepahina
Sakala
Sakala
Sahane
Sakala
Baladiya Koro,
Sahani
Nijo
Koro,
Mane
Nijamani
Priyahina.
Priyahina.
Sakale Shamana Karati Shakati Dhyanata Jata Jata
Sakale Samana
Sakale
Karite
Samana
Sakati
Karite Sakati
Dehanata Jatha
Dehanata
Jata.
Jaya
Hovitu Gaipa Harinama Shuki Aparata Hoibihota
Tabe to gaibo hari
Aparada
namo
Harinama
Ibo
suke
Suke,
Harinama
Aparado,
Suke
aparadha
Aparada
vihata.
Vihata
Hoveena Kripa Labaye Jana Katahata Hoibinahata
Tabe
Tabe,
Kabena kripa
Abe no
Robio,
kripa labia
aidana
jana
idata
kataha
ibenata.
ibenata.
Shakti Buddhina Hamyati Din Kodamuratma Shatta
Sakti
Sakshi
Ati
buddhi
buddhi
Amiati,
namiyati
karo
Karamore,
mori
karamore
atmasata.
amasata.
Yogyata Vichai Kichunai Pai Tumara Karuna Sara
Yogyata
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 vichare
vichare
kichuna
kichunai
pai
pai
tumhara
tumhara
karuna
karuna
sar.
sara.
Karuna no hoile kandia kandia pranana rakibo ara.
Karuna
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 hoile kandiya
Kaliya
kandiya
Pranana
pranana rakibo
Rakivara.
ara.
Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva
Jaya
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 Deva,
Guru
Deva
Deva,
Jaya
Jaya
Guru
Guru
Deva
Deva, Jaya
Guru
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 Deva,
Deva
Deva, Jaya
Jaya Guru
Guru
Deva.
Deva.
Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
Jai
Jai.
Priya Didi, Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
He chose the nice budget we are talking about. Kripa, Bindu Dia. Kripa, you know, huh? Mercy.
Mercy.
Bindu means what?
Drop.
Just drop. Huh? I drop a bindu. You know Sanatan Goswami? He wrote the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu. Huh? No? Huh?
Rupa Goswami, Maharaj.
Rupa Goswami wrote Bhakti
Yes.
Rasamrita Sindhu, but
Yes.
Sanatan wrote Bhakti
Oh,
Rasamrita Sindhu
Bindu.
Bindu.
Okay.
Uh, Rasamrita, huh? Rasa Amrita. Rasa Amrita. Rasamrita means eternal nectar of ras, taste, mellow. Huh?
Mhm.
Bhakti. Bhakti means the mellow of bhakti. Bhakti means loving service or devoted service, worshipful service. Bhakti. So, and Sindhu, meaning of Sindhu is
Ocean.
ocean. Huh? So the Bhakti Rasamrita, the eternal uh, nectar of the mellow of bhakti, of devotional service, the ocean. And Sanatan wrote the bindu, the drop of that ocean. And so Kripa Bindu. I just need a drop. If you can spare one drop for me, that'll be fine. That tia that you give me one drop of that of
Sure.
your
Dear
mercy.
means to give, Maharaj.
Tia, how to give, huh?
Give.
Yeah.
So,
Kara,
Maharaj, there is also sir, Ek Bindu Jagat Dubai.
huh?
Ek
What was that?
Ek Bindu Jagat Dubai. The mercy of Mahaprabhu, one drop can inundate the whole world.
Ah, yes. And Kara E Dase. May, this is it. And
Make me.
your Dase, huh? To make your Dase, your servant. Tina Peksha, Ati, Tina. There's the more humble than the Tina, huh? It means the humble servant. More humble than the grass. More humble, huh? See? You have to have it. This comes from Guru. It has to come from Guru. You don't get it anywhere else. Guru gives that to us by his mercy. He crushes us. By his mercy, we can be crushed. You can't be crushed by your own will. Your will is what is the problem. Your will. So a guru has to help us. That is humble. And I can't make myself humble. A guru has the power. Has that power. Sakale Sahane. Allah Diyakora. Allah's strength. Huh?
Tolerate everything.
Sakala. What does that mean? Sakala?
Sakala means everything, Maharaj. Sakala means everything.
Everything. Tolerate everything. Sahane. Give me that Bala strength. Give me this strength to tolerate everything. He gives us that also. Huh? Somehow he is in that position, he can give that to us. You can't get that from someone who doesn't have it. Like, you want $1 million? Tell somebody I want $1 million. But boy, I only have $100 in my bank. Not possible for me. But for one who has that, they can get it. And make me free from desire for personal honor. Nijamani, huh? Nijamani means not in the mind, huh?
One's own glory.
What is it?
One's own glory.
One's own glory. I see.
No attraction. No attraction for one's own glory. Spriya hina means no attraction.
I see. No attraction, no desire for one's own honor, huh? So this is how you get it. We're talking about what is that? state of consciousness. This is a very important element of how to get that. My idea, only by the grace of that personality who has these things to give. They know how to give it because they have it themselves. A very important qualification of Guru is this. He can give all these things. And these are the seeds of spiritual life. Without these qualifications, without these seeds, spiritual life is not possible. So some people think by reading books they can go on and they can make progress. Or hearing tapes, they can make progress in spiritual life. Not much. We don't have this foundation. This foundation only comes from one who has that. Now, if we want a Sadguru, Sadguru, then this we have to look for. These things, where we can get that from. Sakale Samana.
Giving honor to everybody.
Give me the ability. Not only we give honor to others, but the ability to give honor, that's another thing. I think we give honor to others, but the ability to do that again comes from Gurudev. Give me that ability. Karite Shakatika. Deyanata Nat Yata Yata. What is the meaning of those words?
Means, according to one's position, let me honor everybody. Please, give me that strength.
Yeah. What is that? Dehanata.
Dehanata means, oh Lord, give me that strength.
Yata Yata means?
Yata means according to their position.
Okay.
Everybody, we don't give equally, same respect, Maharaj. So according to their position, we give them honor.
Harinama Sukhe. Happily chant holy name. Aparada Habihata. And all my offenses will be killed. Wait a minute, this is what I was saying. We can't properly even chant Hare Krishna without offenses being crushed. Without our offenses being crushed, there's no question that you are properly chanting the holy name. You won't accept your chanting if underneath there is some offense to a Vaishnava. Hare Krishna, huh? So very nicely he explains, Bhakti Vinod explains everything. The real nature of Vaishnava.
Govinda Maharaj used to listen, Maharaj, every day this song when the devotee is doing parikrama to the temple. Generally they sing this song and he used to say, all are telling lie.
Yes. They're all lying, huh? That's what it is. That's exactly it. Oh, Gurudev, I love you. I want to serve you. I want to give my whole life to you. Then why you are doing all these nonsense things? You have some emotion. What is the devotion? Devotion comes from these things. Not so easy. Okay. Then Shanta Maharaj, what would you like to chant?
Maharaj, this song 73, Prabhu Hai. Srila Maharaj used to like this song very much.
Okay.
You got it, Maharaj, that page?
Page 72? 73?
73.
73. 73.
Okay, yes.
প্রভু হে এমন দুর্মতি সংসার ভিতরে পড়িয়াছি আমি
Prabhu
Prabhu he mana durmati samsara vitare padiya chinuami.
তব নিজ জন কোন মহাজনে পাঠাইয়া দিলে তুমি
Tavan
Tavanija
Tavanija
Jan
jana kono
Gunamahajani
mahajane
Pataya
pataya dile tumi.
দয়া করি মোরে পতিত দেখিয়া কহিল আমারে গিয়া
Daya
Daya
Kora
kori more
Patita
patita
Dekiya
dekija
Koila
koila amare
Amariya
giya.
ওই হে দিন জন শুন ভালো কথা উল্লসিত হবে হিয়া
Ohe Dina
Ohe dina jan sunabala
Sunabala
kata
Kata
ulasita
Ulasita
havehiya.
তোমারে তারিতে শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য নবদ্বীপে অবতার
Tumara
Tumare
Shri
tarite Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Navadvipe
Navadvipe
Avatara
avatara.
তোমাহেন কত দিনহীন জনে করিলে ন ভব পার
Tumai
Tumahe nakara diyahina jane karile na bhavapata.
বেদের প্রতিজ্ঞা রাখিবার তরে রূপবর্ণ বিপ্রসূত
Vedera
Vedera pratigya rakibare tare Rupavana viprasuta.
মহাপ্রভু নামে নদিয়া মাতায়
Mahaprabhu
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 name Nadiya Matai.
মহাপ্রভু নামে জগত মাতায়
Mahaprabhu
Mahaprabhu Nam
Mahaprabhu name
Jagata
Jagata
Matai
Matai.
সঙ্গে ভাই অবধূত
Sange
Sange
Bhai
Vai
Avaduta
Avaduta.
নন্দসুত যিনি চৈতন্য গোসাই নিজ নাম করি দান
Nanda
Nanda
Sutai
Sutaji
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Gosai
Gosai
Nijanama
Janame
Paridhana
Paridhana.
তারিল জগ তুমিও যাইয়া লহ নিজ পরিত্রাণ
Tarila
Tarila
Jagata
Jagat
Tarila Jagat
Tumiyo
Tumiya
Mayai
Jaiya
Lahanija
Lahaniya
Paridhana
Paritrana.
সে কথা শুনিয়া আসিয়াছি না তোমার চরণ তলে
Shekata
Ekata
Asiya
Suniya
Chenata
Yachina
Tumara
Tumara
Charana
Charana
Tale
Tole.
ভকতি বিনোদ কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া আপন কাহিনী বলে
Bhakoti
Kati Vinoda
Kaniya
Kadiya
Kandiya
Kadiya
Apana
Apana Kahina
Kahina
Bole.
দয়াল গৌর হরি দয়াল গৌর হরি গৌর হরি দয়াল গৌর হরি
Jaya Gaura
Jaya Gaura Hari
Gaura
Jaya
Hari
Gaura
Jaya
Hari
Gaura
Jaya
Hari
Gaura
Jaya.
Hari Jaya Gaura Hari.
Dayal Gaura Hari, Dayal Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Dayal Gaura Hari.
Jaya Gaura
Jaya Gaura
Hari
Hari Jaya
Gaura
Gaura
Hari
Hari Jaya
Gaura
Gaura
Jaya
Hari Jaya
Gaura.
Gaura Hari.
Lord, George, Bhakti Yoga Thakur ki jai.
Joy.
Jai.
Jai.
And Rasaraj Prabhu.
Dear Maharaj.
Do you know that when Krishna Kesava was initiated, remember, on
Yes.
internet?
It wasn't that day.
Huh?
It wasn't that day.
What day was it?
It was his Vyasa Puja in 2019.
Oh, sorry. He said there was on his Vyasa, when we celebrated Vyasa Puja and Gurudev and Acharya Dev came and talked to us, and you were introduced to him, and everybody was being introduced to him. And when you were introduced as Rasaraj Prabhu, Acharya Dev remarked, Mahabhav Chaitanya Sarup. Nobody said that.
I don't remember that.
Yes, he saw you as Rasaraj. Rasaraj is Mahabhav Chaitanya Sarup.
That's Rai Ramananda told Maharaj.
Who? Rai
Rai
Ramananda
Ram
told. I
told
see.
that to Mahaprabhu
I
that
see.
Rasaraj Mahabhav Chaitanya Sarup.
I see. Rasaraj. So you inspired such a high conception in Acharya Maharaj when he heard your name.
Should I send you the link?
That's, you ask. He wants to know, Krishna Kesava wants to know if you want the link where he says that.
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Actually,
Thank you,
Maharaj,
Prabhu.
that Rai Ramananda scene, first, I think Krishna and Radharani, then he seen, Mahaprabhu's form. Came as, that golden form. So that sloka is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Muni Maharaj used to always say this.
What?
This particular, pastime. He likes to
Oh,
say it. He
I like
explains
to
it
talk
very
about
nicely. He
like,
explains it very nicely, very nicely. Rasraj means Krishna and Mahabhav. And he came in with this Mahava. That is the Swarupa of Mahaprabhu.
so what song, which bhajan do you want to chant?
Can be the page 58, Vaishnava Thakura.
Yeah.
Oye Vaishnava Thakura, Dayara Sagara, Edase Karunakori.
Ohe
Vaishnava Thakur
Jaya Rasagara Itasekar
Karunakori.
Diya Pada Chaya, Sodhaya Maya, Chomara Charanadhari.
Diya
Pada Jaya Shorahe Amaya Kamaracha
Madhari.
Chaya Vegadami, Chaya Dosa Sodhi, Chaya Guna Dehodase.
Chaya Vegadori, Chaya Saraswati, Punya Guna Deodase.
Chaya Sat-Sanga, Deya He Amare, Basachi Sangiro Ase.
Jaya
Jaya
Satsanga,
Satsanga
Jaya
Amari, Sachi Sangero Ase.
Ekaki Amara, Nahi Paya Bolo, Harinama Sankirtane.
Ekaki Amar, Nahi Paeva, Harinama Sankirtane.
Tumi kripa kari Sradha Bindu Diya, Deha Krishna Namadhane.
Tumi kripa kori, Radhindu
Sharavindu
Deha,
Deha
Deho
Krishna
Krishna
Namadane.
Namadani.
Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite paro, tumara sakati ache.
Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite paro, Tumara sakatiya che.
Amita Ganga, Krishna Krishna boli, daitavo pache pache.
Amita Ganga,
Ganga
Krishna Krishna Boli,
Daita
Tava Pache Pache.
Amidai tavo pache pache.
Ami Dai Tava Pache
Daita
Pache.
Krishna dana pavarase dai tavo pache pache.
Krishna Dana
Krishna Dana Pavarase, Dai
Daita
Tava Pache Pache.
Tu mi dile Krishna dite paro.
Tumile
Krishna
Krishna Dite
Dite Para
Paro.
Krishna tomar hridaya dan tumi dilo dite paro.
Krishna
Krishna
to
Tumar Hridaya Dham, Tumhe Dile Krishna Dite Paro.
Krishna deva shakti dara tumi dilo dite paro.
Krishna
Krishna
Deva
Devar
Dara
Shakti
Shakti Dham, Tumhe Dile Dite Paro.
Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur.
Jaya
Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur,
Vaishnava
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 Vaishnava Thakur.
Jai Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
All right. Yeah. Krishna Keshav. Would you like to lead us in singing happy birthday or what?
En español. Cumpleaños feliz, cumpleaños feliz, cumpleaños a mi Sindhu Prabhu, cumpleaños feliz.
All right.
Are you learning Spanish?
No, you know, I learned it when I was younger a little bit, and so I just like to say it sometimes. It would be good to learn, I think.
Very good.
He just likes to show off.
Yes, I am very fallen, and I have lots of practice about my Spanish skills.
বৈষ্ণবের প্রতিষ্ঠা তাতে করুন নিষ্ঠা। glories of the Vaishnavas, we should always give the proper honor to that.
Jai. I would like to sing this song on page 94, but I'm not exactly sure how it goes.
Manasadeha.
All right, we'll help
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
Which song is that?
Manasa Deha.
Manasa Deha Geho.
Oh, that Sripad Maharaj used to sing very nicely. But you cannot sing that tune. Manas deha geho jo kichu mor ar bilu tuya pade nanda kishor.
Manasa Deha Geha Yoki Chumora Arpilu Tuya Pade Nanda Kishora.
Manas deha
Yoki
Chumora.
Bilu
bilu tuya pade
Nanda
kishor.
Sampade Vipade Jivane Marane Dai Mama Gela Tuyao Pada Varane
Sampade Vipade Ivanamar Jai Mama Gela Tuya Opadavarane
Marabi Rakabi Yoicha Tuhara Nityada Saprati Tuya Adhikara Janmao Bimaye Vichayadi Tora Bhakta Grihe Jani Janma Haumora Kita Janma Hauyatta Tuya Dasa Bahir Mukha Brahma Jane Nahi Asa
Kita janma Bahirmukha Brahma Jane Nahi Asa.
Bhukti Mukti Svirha Vihina Ye Bhakta Labhaite Taka Sanga Anurakta
Bhukti Mukti Sriha Labhaite
Janaka Janani Dahita Thanaya Prabhu Gurapati Tuhu Sarvamaya
Janaka Janani
Prabhu Guru
Guru Prati
Bhakati Vinoda Kahe Sunakana Radhanata Tuhu Hamara Parana
Bhakati
Jaya Vaishnava Thakur.
Joy. Very beautifully, Sripad Maharaj used to sing this.
I hope he wasn't listening to me.
Sometimes he used to sing Maharaj Kirtans, you could not able to follow. Difficult.
I heard from Prabhupada this song, and I was trying to sing that according to his melody. Anasadeha deho yogi tumora arpilu tuya pade nanda kishore sampade vipade jivanambarane Naya mama gela tuya opada varane marabi rakabi yohicha tohara Ityadasa prati tuya adhikara. I don't remember exactly now, but something
Yes,
like
Maharaj. Yeah, that is the tune, Maharaj.
that. Yeah. Prabhupada sings this very beautifully, and that's where I learned it from. Hare Krishna.
Can I read in English?
Yes.
I have offered my mind, my body, my household, and whatever else may be mine at your feet, O Nanda Kishore. In good times and in bad, in life and in death, all my responsibility has gone away by embracing your feet. Kill me or protect me as you wish. You have full authority over your eternal servant. If you desire that I take birth again, let me do so in the home of your devotee. Let me be born again even as a worm, so long as I can remain your servant. I have no desire to be born even as Brahma, if I will be averse to you. I long to attain the association of devotees who are completely free from all desire for self-enjoyment and liberation. For selfish enjoyment and liberation. Father, mother, lover, son, lord, guru, and husband, you are everything to me. Bhakti Vinod says, please listen, O Khan, O Radhanath, you are my life and soul.
Okay. Prapanna Jivanamrita. Jivanamritam. Let's see. We read this last time? Page 53, verse 9. Hari awards divine destination to even his enemy. How do we say that?
The
Yes.
last one
Yes.
was the page 84.
Oh.
I
Page
don't know that
84.
one.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I have.
Okay.
I don't know. That's
That's the next verse. 84, text 10.
yes.
Shanta Maharaj, you want to read?
Yes, my PDF, not taking time to open actually.
Oh, okay.
Yes, now it opened. 84, text 10. Is the page number, no, Maharaj?
Page number is 84,
Text 10.
text 10.
Okay, Maharaj, I got it. अयोग्यानम् अप्य अस स्थलम् असस्थलम् दुरान्तस्यान्नतेर् अपीर्हरानीयस्य महतो विहीनाचारो अहं नृपशूर अशुभास्य पदम् अपि दया सिन्धु बन्धु निरवधिक वत्सल्य जलाधेश तव स्मरणं तव स्मरं गुणम् इच्छामि गताभिः श्री यमुनाचार्यस्य the reservoir of hope for even the unqualified. O sea of compassion, I am no better than a wicked animal on the 2 feet, the most incorrigible parasite, a beginningless and endless reservoir of the greatest inauspiciousness. Nonetheless, I abide in the fearlessness, repeatedly remembering the divine qualities of you, the endless ocean of affection and the supreme friend. Sri Yamunacharya. It's like, Rupa Goswami's prayer.
What's that?
This prayer is like Maharaj Rupa Goswami's prayer.
It's Rupa Goswami's prayer. This.
Similar one, Maharaj.
Oh, similar
That
to Rupa Goswami.
he was also praying that I am so fallen that I am feeling ashamed to pray that please forgive me, like that. Parasite.
Incorrigible parasite. Incorrigible parasite means there's no way I can give up being a bloodsucker or something like that. Parasite, his nature is to suck blood, to take the energy from that host. And there's no way I can change that, being that, because that's what parasites do. Nonetheless, that's my terrible condition. But I can't stop remembering you. Despite my fallen condition, in a very stubborn way, I continue remembering you. Oh, I'm my friend, my affectionate and superior friend. I don't stop that, despite my extremely improper and fallen condition. I can't give up remembrance of you. Because you are very affectionate and friendly and the supreme over me. I still have some hope, even though my position is hopeless. I still have some hope in you, some expectation from you. The mercy, what is that? The mercy department. I'm not appealing to your justice department. I realize my position is hopeless. That I can appeal to your mercy department. I'm appealing to your mercy department That mercy department has some hope for even the most fallen. Uh, Somehow I can get some mercy from that department. Only then I can. I have some hope. Even if I don't have any hope, it's nice just remembering you. Even I'm in this fallen condition, remembering you gives me some satisfaction, something to hold on to. The infinite, I have no hope of grasping in any way. Because you're infinite, I am finite. What hope do I have? But somehow in the infinite, there must be some ray, some light, some beam, some pencil of light, something that can come and shine on me and take me into your embrace, infinite embrace. Or I am already embraced by the infinite, even though I cannot possibly know that. I must be there, although it would be impossible for me to know. Can he go on forever like that, in such a state? Knowing that you can never know. Yet knowing that you are connected somehow. And that never being able to know condition. That's kind of nirgun state. What we were talking about. Nirgun. And then, Rasaraj Prabhu, would you like to read the next one?
Yes, Maharaj. Asakrit aparadhinam api muchaka. Raghuvara jat abus tvam tadrisho vayasasya pranata iti dayalur jasya chaidyasya Krishna. Prati bhavam aparadhur mugda sajujado abur vada kim apadan agas tasya te asti shamayaha. Sri Yamunacharyasya. The deliverer or even repeated offenders. O Lord of the Raghu dynasty, just for bowing his head to you, you were merciful upon that crowd, who was so offensive that he clawed at the breast of Sita Devi. O charming Krishna, you awarded the salvation of merging into your effulgence Sajuya Mukti to Shishupala, who was an offender birth after birth. Now, please tell me, is there any offense that cannot be pardoned by you? Sri Yamunacharya.
Huh. What is that about? Who is that crow? What is this about? The clawed at the
That is
breast.
crow. This crow was the son of, I think, Kuber. So he taken the form of the crow, and she tried to harm Sita Devi. And then, Lord Ram, he taken the straw, and with the mantric power, he thrown the arrow on that crow, and it went to all different planetary systems, but he could not hide anywhere. Has to surrender to Lord Ram, actually, finally. So then Ram, I think, um, forgiven. Actually, Sita Devi reminded this story to Hanuman when he went to Lanka to see where Sita Devi is. Then this is very intimate story, only known to Sita and Lord Ram. So she told, if you can narrate this story to Lord Ram, then Lord Ram will know that you met me. He will believe it.
Huh. Is in the Ramayana?
Ramayana, yes. Sita Devi is saying that you could not tolerate that crow, but how you are tolerating this Ravana? That he kept me so many days, like this. Yeah.
How did that crow uh, get on her breast?
Oh, I don't know. That crow was, the son of Kuber, but she came like that, and she tried to harm also Sita Devi, actually.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Thank you, Maharaj.
And
So these things are to give some hope to us. That's great offenses. The Lord is ready to forgive. I think it is like that, and we are Krishna's in the midst of Krishna's energies. Not, I think, it's happened without his sanction. And we are in the midst of his Maya, Mama Maya, Paratyaya. Then what can we do? Uh, he is also somehow behind these things, what we're doing. So, and we are always part of it, part of his energies.
my main point is here that the crow bow down to Lord Ram, actually.
Yes, I say.
Ram always ready to forgive if somebody bows down.
Yeah.
Actually, even Lord Ram wanted to forgive Ravana if he accepts asks forgiveness. Actually, but he
That's the
not.
nature of a kshatriya. Huh?
Yes, Maharaj.
Well, like Jesus said, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing. So we are in ignorance, committing so many mistakes and offenses and whatnot. But we are in ignorance, we are stupid, we don't have much knowledge, we don't have much power to understand things, much intelligence. So what can you expect? uh, but somehow within all, there is that sense of what is right, what is wrong. What have I done wrong? What have I done right? So if that is showing, then somehow or other we can be reached by His mercy. All right, next, 12. Krishna Kesha. Like to read? aloud.
Sharanagata hilanam tasmin asambhavam abhuta purvam mama bhavi kimva sarvam sahime sahajam hidukam kintu tvaragre saranagatanam parabhavo nata nate nupurta Sri Yamunacharya Asya. It is impossible for him to neglect his surrendered devotee. O Lord, after all, what unprecedented trials may befall me now? I can tolerate anything and everything, no doubt. Unhappiness is my natural companion. Nonetheless, it will not become you to allow the neglect of your surrendered soul now who stands before you, Sri Yamunacharya.
Excuse me.
How are we to understand the last bit, Maharaj?
How to understand the last sentence?
Yeah. It will not, nevertheless, it will not become you to allow you the neglect of your surrendered soul, who now stands before you.
What do you think?
Is it relating to oneself? Like acknowledgement of oneself? Or is it is it regards to, I don't know if it's not regards to Krishna, I don't understand. That's all internet, isn't it impossible? Like, is it awareness of self, surrender?
If it what?
Is it an awareness of surrender, self-surrender? Like neglecting yourself or neglecting... Not sure, Maharaj. I don't quite understand it, that last bit.
Why is it impossible for Krishna to neglect his surrendered souls?
Maharaj, those who are surrendered, then Krishna becomes actually they are under their control. It is told in Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song that Saranga Saranagati Hoive Jaharo Taharo Parthana Sunya Sinanda Kumar, who has attained the 6 limbs of surrender. Whatever he says, Krishna, listen that prayer, whatever he says. So he says that I am a Bhakta Paradhin. So those who have attained the state of surrender, Krishna gives his complete self to, that individual. Because Krishna also says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante. If you surrender to me, then he also seems to be surrendered actually somehow. In reciprocal way, Maharaj.
Constitutional, you ever hear of constitutional position?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. how we are made up, constitutional, is what we are. What is our makeup? What is our substance? What is our the substance or essence that makes us what we are?
Nityadas.
Ah, Nityadas. Ah, Krishna Nityadas. We're eternal servants of Krishna.
Mhm.
We have an eternal relationship. The Lord never alone. The devotees are part and parcel of His constitution, and that is part of our constitution. There's an ever blissful, loving relationship between Krishna and his devotee. That is Krishna, and that is us. That substantial, loving relationship is what makes us, is what is the real, the reality, the absolute truth of everything. Who is surrendered soul? That is natural constitutional position, our natural constitutional nature, you could say. That reciprocation. Love means reciprocal. All right? Reciprocal, some relation. God is love, huh?
Mhm.
And that love is the reciprocal relationship between the everything and God.
Mm.
Uh,
Is it clarifying then that he cannot neglect you,
I
or
cannot.
not neglect the surrendered soul?
There's nothing like that. Yes, but, where there's love. I mean, there is also neglect in love, but it's not. It's a pastime. Uh, Maybe a temporary show to exhibit certain feelings, just like um, gopis and Krishna, Radharani even. There are times of great separation,
Mm.
as if he is neglecting them.
Mhm.
Right? So it's difficult to put Krishna under certain pins. We can't
Mm.
pin him down, as it were, in a certain way. But this seems to be the underlying relationship or nature of the absolute truth. Like Maharaja said, that verse, Yeya tamam prapadyante, tam stataiva bhajamyaham. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, as they surrender to me, I respond accordingly. If someone is very humble to you, toward you, like your dog, uh, it's hard not to love him back. Huh? It's hard not to have some feeling because that's our nature. Most people. Some people are very callous. They may do anything. Very cruel. Oh, a genuine good soul when they have when they're in the presence of some humble and affectionate and non-threatening individual, living entity, they will feel automatically some relationship, affectionate relationship. I think it's referring to something like that.
Mm.
Huh? Dog won't stop loving you even if you beat him. Huh? He'll whimper and cry and things like that, but he won't give up his loyalty. Now he's saying, in this world, I'm not. My condition is to be unhappy, and that is not only a temporary thing but a permanent thing. But still, you won't neglect me, even though I am in this condition, and I know that. No matter what I'm going through, I don't stop having affection for you. That's called unconditional love. Huh? Mahaprabhu talked about that in the Shikshastakam.
Mm.
You may crush me by your embrace. You may make me brokenhearted by not being present before me. Still, you are unconditionally my Lord, birth after birth after birth, eternally. The nature of a devotee. Sometimes we get relief from this material world. We may forget Krishna, become enamored by the pleasures of the world. They're also there, not only unpleasantries, but also pleasantries. So in giving us a pleasing situation, then we may actually forget Krishna. So who was it that prayed, let me always be suffering?
Kunti Maharani.
Who?
Kunti Maharani. Kunti Maharani.
Queen Kunti.
Yes,
Uh,
Maharaj.
don't let me have a happy time here. Because I can forget you. And I'm not thinking so intently about you when I'm happy. But if you always give me misery, then I'm always deeply remembering you. So you can bring these miseries to me. They are very kind to me. Uh, uh, just remembering Krishna. Just remembering Krishna. There's a prayer, something like, uh, you can send me to hell. I don't mind, as long as I can remember you. Heaven or hell. The only thing that I have to remember you, that's the important point. Then I can be happy, despite all the miseries that may befall me, by remembering you, by being able to remember you. That's all I need. Uh, Holy name. Hare Krishna. It's the one bright spot in our life. Actually, remembrance of Krishna, I understand the remembrance, smaranam, to mean the same meaning as Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means smaranam. Krishna smaranam. That's Krishna consciousness. Always remember Krishna. See, there's Shravanam and Kirtanam. And then there's Smaranam. You know the meaning? Shravanam,
Remembering,
hearing.
Shravanam, hearing,
Kirtanam, chanting.
chanting,
And then Smara.
remembering,
So,
remembering.
so this between hearing and chanting comes Smaranam. I told the example of the school where the children are hearing. Teachers say 1 + 1 is this, 2 + 2 is 4. And then by hearing that and then saying back what the teacher says comes the Smaranam, remembering. Kids go to school, they hear this and they repeat it to the teacher. And then when they come out from the school, you ask the kid, what's 2 + 2? They'll say immediately 4. Because this has gone deep into their remembrance. That's right. So that remembrance of Krishna at all times, that's Krishna consciousness. If that's there, then all these other things are somehow outside, external, mere external things. They don't disrupt what is internal to you. So remembering, devotees pray for that. And then any situation is okay. No? Any questions, comments?
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Kanopria, for your kind presence, your kind association. There aren't so many people here. Huh? We don't have a big congregation, but there's a few very sweet souls, very sincere souls. I appreciate that.
Maharaj Sridhar Maharaj also felt like that. He actually not wanted, big gathering of, many not interested, individuals. He wanted only few interested individuals where he wanted to discuss some of the, scriptures that is satisfying to the heart.
Uh,
It's a quality instead of quantity. Yeah.
okay. Gauranga.
What preparation Krishna Kesava Prabhu made Maharaj today?
They made some Bhakta Choy. Do you know Bhakta Choy?
No. No, Maharaj.
You don't know Bhakta Choy? Vegetable is called bok choy.
Oh,
You know,
bok choy. I've heard this, Maharaj. I've heard Chinese leaf.
Chinese leaf. Like,
Okay.
very nice.
Mm.
I call it Bhakta Choy. And then he made some stir-fried vegetable. I like that. Not stir-fried. Steamed vegetable.
Mhm.
Steamed vegetable, carrots and string beans and peppers. But he never puts enough beans in. String beans. Not string beans, but what do they call those beans?
Snap.
Oh, snap peas, yes.
Oh,
Now he
snap.
puts so many carrots, but a very few snap peas. I have to eat that. Then I like that. He made some. I'm pretty much only on vegetables, not so many grains or things like that. Does he have some yogurt? And then he always, every day he makes these cookies and, with cashew flour and milk powder and banana.
Mhm.
No banana?
Pear and apple.
Oh, he put pear and apple in today. Sometimes he makes it with banana. And I think he put yogurt in? Yes, and yogurt. And he makes these nice cookies that are easy to digest. I have little trouble digesting so many things, but it's easy to digest. And he made some days something nice, nimbu pani.
Did he put some black pepper in that?
I don't know. No, he did. Huh?
You can
Yes.
add some black pepper powder.
Uh, helps it. And they're very good. These are all things very easy to digest for my delicate digestive system.
Mhm.
So he's very kind to that.
Here, Maharaj, in Navadip, we used to, when we are in Bangalore, we used to order this that Giloi stem. But here, our one brahmachari devotee is there, Krishna Pada Prabhu. He's bringing every day, like there are so many of these plants here. He's bringing big number of those things, and everybody taking in mud. They are becoming healthy now. They are saying,
Oh, yes.
yes,
Mhm.
Did you ever talk to Tirtha Maharaj?
yes. I talked a couple of days back
Okay.
with him,
Very
and he was also happy, and he told that he will be happy to cooperate with helping the situation in the sense because Srila Acharya Maharaj, he made Tirtha Maharaj and myself the trustee of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math.
uh,
So from 2011, and that math is now completely captured by these other people.
uh,
So Avadut Maharaj wants, we have to somehow, revive, get back that actually.
uh,
So Tirthamaj was telling that, for the good of the mission, he would like to help. And we are trying, how we can, do that.
okay.
Although it's little difficult, but we are seeing how it can be done.
Mahaprabhu is behind what's going on.
Yes, Maharaj.
He would not so easily allow what Sridhar Maharaj has established to be neglected.
Yes, Maharaj. I also praying Maharaj always for that.
Yes, it will happen. Any other comments? How is Kushum doing? Do you know, Vasaraj?
The last time I talked to her, she's still going especially for the
Here?
dizziness,
Uh,
because one of the doctors told her she should not take that medication for so long. So they try to find another solution that is not the medication, because otherwise they always feel dizzy and throwing up the food, and so the medication keep her going. But they say they wanted to try something different and try to slow down the medication and see how she feels. But
okay.
I think it's still not feeling well.
She sent in the Mahanet draft. She's still doing that work, that service. I was happy to see she feels well enough to do that even. How's Muni Maharaj?
Got vaccinated a few days back, and I could not get it because they told that you are below 45 years, so we don't have yet sufficient vaccine for below 45. So
So how long do you have to wait?
they're saying that maybe after 25th they may have slot. I'm
I see.
waiting for that. and he was not feeling anything, after the vaccination. But yesterday he felt little mild feverish symptom, but it is all gone now.
Okay.
Apart from that, he's okay, Maharaj. He's feeling much strength now. He prepared the article that he
I
told.
did. Okay.
Yes, he already did, and we will try to show you, Maharaj, soon.
All right. Very nice. Any other news?
Nothing else, Maharaj. As far as here now it is rainy season. Continuously rain is going on.
Oh, is it flooding?
Not yet flooding, but it is like every day. Like the whole day, this rain is going on, but not heavy. Normal. I think it is necessary also for crops and all these things,
Does it
Maharaj.
flood like there in the Singapore, like it does
No, no, no. The Singapore is not in lowline area like
Okay.
Navadip, but some areas in Navadip they all flood, like Mayapur and Navadip.
I know.
Yes.
I was there once when it flooded. We had to get around by boat from one place to the next.
Cows has to be taken to the top floor.
Yes. Okay. Am I done what?
Dandot Pranam Maharaj. Jai Vishnupad Paramansa Puripajat Gosila Bhakti
Jai
Vedanta Maharaj
Vaishnavinda
ki
ki jai.
Jai.
Dandavad.
Jai.
Dandavad Rasmas.
Dandavad,
Dandavad
everybody.
Khanapri.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Dandavad
Dandavad.
Krishna.
Dandavad.
Dandavad.
Dandavad. Dandavad.